Toot toot. Beep beep. Toot toot. um, it's a weird intro. I'll explain what I mean by that. Depression chic. Okay, I'm depressed. That's what that's what I get when I listen to Kendrick. I mean, it's not good. You know this is not good. You know what I'm gonna say, that it's not good, right? And it's not good, right? It's depression. It's corporate depression, corporatized depression, of the mid variety. Look, listen, man. Tell me something I don't fucking know, alright? You're depressed, niggas is depressed, tell me something I don't fucking know, right? Real talk. But you see, again, it's a scatterbrained depression chic bullshit that I'm just not into, okay? Do we have our traumas? Of course we have our traumas. Art is about working through trauma, doing our best to work through trauma. But you can't be trauma. Like I said, content without context, right? It's boring. It's super boring. Just like this album, a double album, right? This shit is boring. You know what I mean? Kendrick's depressed. People around him are depressed. The songs have no real structure. They're kind of all over the place. Like I said, the typical Kendrick choose your adventure, choose your own adventure ass music, right? It's lazy, and it's actually very, very cowardly in the grand scheme of things. Because when you do that, when you throw a million things in the song, but none of them are of any real importance, what you're basically saying is, I don't know what's important here. I don't actually have a statement. I don't really have anything to say, but I'm just hoping that you latch onto something. So, listen. It's typical Kendrick shit. I'm not feeling it. It's a one-time listen. I skimmed through it. I mean, I listened to... There's some songs I just couldn't get through. So I was just, as usual, like, I was just like, this is too boring. Like, just skip, right? The best song on here, to me, is We Cry Together. But again, that's not some shit that I'm ever gonna listen to. You know what I mean? It's domestic violence-ish, you know, like someone I think had mentioned. It's the RZA thing. It's actually well constructed. And funny enough, it's the only song that I think where the beat kind of remains the same, and you know, like it actually has some sort of a cohesive point, even though it's just depression shit. It's depressing. I don't have time for that. So it's not something that I'm gonna be sitting there going like, yo, let's bump that We Cry Together. I mean, look, listen, man, the trick to doing great art, especially when you are trying to hit at the depression and the emotion, is to make it meaningful, is to move people. Move me. Don't just fucking tell me you're depressed. There's nothing great about that. Any nigga can do that shit. But when you move me, it's different. Then I'm like, oh, I feel you. See what I'm saying? The greats do this, man. DMX slipping. You feel the dude. DMX could have been like, just life sucks. But the way he did it, he moved you. The beat was moving. Okay? And what he said was moving. It was specific. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just this general vague, Monty used to be a man bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, your mom used to be your aunt used to be a man. Okay, get deeper, Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Don't just put on the surface. Oh, your auntie changed her name. Okay, cool. You know, she got you in the rap or whatever. Cute, but we don't learn anything about your auntie because you don't even give a fuck about your auntie. You know what I'm saying? And this is the fake deep shit that a lot of these, Kendrick stans, they like this fake deep nonsense. It's barrier music. It actually, funny enough, puts a barrier up and says, I'm depressed. I'm not going to tell you anything about me because I don't want you to know and I don't care about you. Right? Childlike shit. At the end of the day, I learned nothing. I just learned that Kendrick is depressed and the world around him is depressing. Okay, cool. Right? But I don't feel him. These songs aren't moving. I'm not going nowhere with it. So, I'm not going to sit here and analyze the bars or any of that shit because it's not worth analyzing. Right? This is mediocrity. You know what it is. You know, imagine me sitting around like wasting time analyzing some shit that really isn't worth analyzing. You know what I mean? Sorry, fam. It's not for me. Like I said, it's not for me because it's just not made well enough. Okay? There's no inspiration here. I'm not really seeing the I'm not seeing the craft, you know. I'm seeing songs, you know. Songs are put together, sure, but I'm not seeing the, you know, like this is what I really want people to feel and make it in a way that people can get into it, right? Because, you know, again, as I said with black folk, especially with our music, you know, we put pain in our music, but we put pain in our music in a certain way. We don't just put pain in our music, right? Because that would be boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, we put pain in our music in a funky way, right? A lot of the times it's a funky way. We try to feel better with our music. Our music is designed to make you feel better. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we've been through so much shit, we're trying to make you feel better, right? And we know that, yo, this person's going through it, but they managed to make some shit that makes us feel better. And that's powerful, right? Are you telling me that when you listen to this Kendrick shit, you're going to feel better? I mean, maybe you will if you're real depressed and shit like that. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, I can't really relate like that. I think everybody has their depressing moments and feels depressed about certain things, for sure. I'm not saying that my life is peachy like that. But what I am saying is that I don't really sit around and do victimhood chic. You know what I mean? It's just not my cup of tea. Like, and the things that, you know, depress me are larger things, right? Like larger things about society and life that, like, hopefully I can do my best to try to correct or fix or something, right? And, you know, little things in my life. But again, for me, I just want to feel better. Like, I don't want to necessarily, you know, I don't want to hear some shit where it's like, oh, you know, I'm depressed, I'm depressed with no real construction, right? So yeah, this is an unlistenable album in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's a super one-time listen, scatterbrain, the usual shit. I'm used to it with Kendrick. I know his stans are gonna look at me and go, "This guy doesn't know what he's talking about." That's fine. You're welcome to worship at the altar of Kendrick. It's personality cult music, right? Very much in the Kanye vein. You know, Eminem, Kanye, Lil Wayne. This is where Kendrick lives, right? So of course he's going to be popular because those artists were popular, right? I know that those are his fathers, right? Like I said, those are whack fathers to me, which is why his fans are fatherless in a lot of ways, and they can relate to that. But that's okay. It's not my cup of tea. It's very much, like I said, that pop, melange, emo bullshit, okay? Is this hip-hop? Well, not really. It isn't. You know what it is. I mean, sure, there's Ghostface on here. Ghostface delivers a verse that I'm completely forgotten about. It's mediocre, man. It is what it is. Pusha T so far winning.